Sawasdee krap and welcome to Thailand News Today. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Had a weekend in Phuket, but now back in the capital. Great to see you. Let's get stuck into today's main stories. In a rare moment, and certainly the first time commenting about the current political unrest in Thailand, His Majesty King Vajiralongkorn has described Thailand as the land of compromises. The comment came in response from a question by Jonathan Miller, a correspondent of the British broadcaster Channel 4, who was part of an audience of international media invited to sit among a crowd of royalist supporters in front of the Grand Palace. A CNN correspondent was also part of the same foreign media contingent. Asked what he would say to the anti-government protesters, His Majesty first replied no comment, then added, "We love them all the same, we love them all the same." Meanwhile, the crowd chanted, "Long live the King," as their Majesties wandered through a yellow-clad crowd of royal supporters.
These people love you. But what do you say to the protesters who've been on the streets who want reform?
I have no comment. We love them all the same. We love them all the same. We love them all the same.
Is there any room for compromise, sir?
Thank you. Oh, Thailand is a land of compromise.
The Prime Minister and his cabinet are on a two-day visit to Phuket and Samui to speak to business leaders and provincial leaders over the current problems besetting the islands. Since the closure of borders in late March as the COVID-19 pandemic began its worldwide rampage, former tourist hotspots like the Southern Islands have borne the brunt of the economic fallout. Both islands rely on more than 90% of their income, either directly or indirectly, from international tourism. The visit includes an inspection of COVID-19 screening and hygiene measures at both Samui and Phuket airports. Officials at Phuket International Airport say it can currently handle the testing and quarantining of 578 foreign arrivals a day. Even so, the amount of people would be a long way down from the previous 30,000 plus arrivals per day Phuket averaged in 2019. The PM is expected to hold talks with tourism officials and business leaders on both islands in relation to the safe re-entry of tourists arriving under the special tourist visa scheme. A fuel tanker truck driver has died in Lampun in northern Thailand after crashing into a car. The truck carrying fuel overturned and caught fire. The 59-year-old driver's body was found near the wreck after firefighters extinguished the fire. It's the second fuel tanker fire in the past week. An eyewitness says it appears the truck's brakes failed as it came down a hill and then burst into flames as it flipped over after trying to negotiate a curve in the road. A man has come across a live hand grenade in Chonburi, just east of Bangkok. The 48-year-old said he was looking for papaya when he came across the explosive. He said, "I was searching for papaya before I found this. I knew it was a grenade. I ran away before calling the police." Both police and the Explosive Ordnance Disposal say the grenade was in 100% working condition. This explosive, they said, has a range of up to 20 metres. If you've ever had a papaya salad in Thailand, it has much the same effect. A Highways Department official and two villagers are currently missing in Prachanburi to the west of Bangkok after being swept away by floodwaters. Heavy rain resulted in water runoffs from mountains in the Khao Yai and Taplan National Parks, leading to flash floods. A hotel in the area has had to evacuate over 100 guests after they became stranded by floods up to 1.5 metres deep. There's also been lives lost in recent days as heavy rains hit over a third of the country's provinces, mainly in northeast and central Thailand. 32 provinces were on alert after heavy rains followed a week of poor weather, much of it in the wake of Typhoon Malawi. Typhoon Goni, which passed through the Philippines yesterday, is also making its way towards the Vietnamese coast and then will weaken as it crosses through Laos and Cambodia, then dumping rain on central Thailand later this week. Well, that's all our main news from around Thailand today. Certainly looks like we're going to have an interesting week ahead. We also posted another video on our YouTube channel today. The question, will there be another coup in Thailand? Might be worth a watch. In the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate you following us. We'll be back again tomorrow.